Hey guys, today I thought I would round up all of the lipsticks that I have kind of accumulated over the past month or so. It's actually quite a long list, so let's just kind of settle in and get comfortable. I put on a cozy sweater, I have exfoliated my lips, I have moisturized them. There are a few lipsticks that I haven't even talked about on my channel yet. I just received them, so I thought I would, try them on, do some lip swatches, give you my first impressions, thoughts on those, and then the ones that I have talked about that I've had for a little bit longer, I thought I would give you like more in-depth thoughts and feelings on those. So let's go ahead and get started with the newest ones. Many of you have been asking me whether or not I would be reviewing the new Lisa Eldridge releases. She's released some lip liners, lip glosses, and a few new, I think 4 new velvet lipsticks. So Lisa actually reached out to me on Instagram and asked for my mailing address, and I couldn't believe it. It was one of those moments where I was like, is this for real? I feel like she meant to send this to someone else, but I responded, of course, and she sent me some of her new products. I thought we would try all of these things on. She did also send me a lipstick that I already have. So what I would also like to do in this video is a giveaway. The one that she did send me that I already have, let me just get it out here. And she did also include this gorgeous velvet pouch. This is the one that she had specially made. This is exclusive artwork to her by John Jacobson. I think this is someone that she met like on a photo shoot or something. I just watched her like announcement video on this again, and I just thought that was such a cool story. She talked about this artist and how he was someone that was like just as interested and just as obsessed with color as she was. And it's pretty obvious on this pouch here. Isn't that beautiful? So anyway, okay, let me take out what she has sent me and let you know which lipstick will be in the giveaway. Oh, and these stickers, I have to find like the perfect place for these stickers. So cute. So I believe these come if you purchase any of her lip kits, or I think anything actually. She's including these little stickers in there. So the shade that will be in the giveaway is Velvet Ribbon. So this is brand new, untouched. And this is from her initial launch of her lipstick line. And I, of course, ran out and purchased this right away. So I have one. So the giveaway will include this lipstick. I will leave instructions on how to enter down below in my description box. So definitely check that out. But let's go ahead and move on to the new things that she sent me. She did send me one of her new lipsticks. She came out with 4. And so because she reached out to me on Instagram, I didn't go onto her site and purchase anything because I didn't know what she was actually going to be sending me. So she did send me Velvet Blush, which is one of the shades that I would have purchased. I think I probably would have purchased all of them, but I was so happy to see that she included Velvet Blush because this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Check that out. This is like one of those really unique, indescribable colors. It's not really a pink, it's not really a mauve, it's not really a brown. Let me do a swatch of this. Is that not amazing? And I have quite a bit of lip balm on to kind of prep my lips for this video. So let me just wipe that off. And I feel like on the everyday, I would probably apply this like a lip stain where I would just kind of like maybe tap it on with my fingers. I think it would just give the most incredible like flush to your lips. But so you guys can get a good sense of this shade, I'm gonna go ahead and apply it, like fully apply it. So there is Velvet Blush, and these velvet matte lipsticks are meant to be matte and have kind of like a velvety finish. They feel amazing on the lips. They go on really, really smoothly. And even though they have like almost like a powdery feel, they don't feel dry though. It's such an interesting formula. And this color really is so unique. It really is kind of like, it almost looks like it's a stain, but obviously it's an opaque, very highly pigmented formula, but it looks like a stain. I just think it's so, so unique. It's almost like a combination of drinking red wine all night and then like making out with someone all night. Like this is what your lips would kind of like end up looking like. I love it. I absolutely love it. So when I was watching Lisa Eldridge's video about these new colors, I did take some notes, and she did describe this Velvet Blush as a cool toned flush. I would definitely agree with that. And they were inspired by fine artwork, portraitures, and she also described it as being very, very feminine, which All of these things I would have to agree with. Now let's move on to her lip glosses. So again, she sent me 5 of them and they come in the same exact box as the lipsticks. So let me go ahead and just unbox all of these and then we can do some hand and lip swatches. When Lisa described her lip glosses, she described how there's like this range of pigmentation. So it goes basically from like a light medium to a medium kind of pigmentation to a high pigmentation. And the one that had the lightest, she said, was Go Lightly. And that is this shade right here. She mentioned that this has like a little bit of pearl in there, which kind of shears it out a bit. So let's go ahead and do a hand swatch. Oh, this is such a pretty color. So there is Go Lightly. And she also mentioned that the formula of these lip glosses are meant to be incredibly moisturizing, almost like when you put them on, you're putting a lip mask on. So I'm very, very anxious to get these on my lips. Ooh, there is Go Lightly. Oh, isn't that so pretty? I do see a bit of that kind of like pearly sheen in there. Do you guys see that? Oh, it's really beautiful. And it does feel incredibly comfortable on the lips. The texture of it is very, very buttery. She does talk about how there's a lot of oils in here and there are also a lot of butters in here. And it definitely feels that way. It has kind of the slip of the oil, but there's a little bit of density as well, which I'm guessing is like the butters. There is no fragrance, which I am so happy about. So there's no fragrance, there's no taste to it or anything. Just really nice. So that is Go Lightly. And then 4 of her glosses, she described as having like a medium pigmentation. So a little bit more than this Go Lightly. And I have 3 of them. This one is Blush. This one is Muse. This one is Ribbon. And then the one that I don't have is Beauty. So that one also has like a medium level of pigmentation. So let's start with Muse. This one looks to be like the lightest out of the 3 that I have. And this looks like a really beautiful, cool toned mauve shade. So that is Muse. And you guys have probably realized this already, but the names of these correspond to the lipstick shades that she has. So she has a Velvet Muse, which is like a mauvey shade. Oh, wow. That's incredible. Perfect, perfect everyday color. My lips but better kind of color. That is fantastic. So that is Muse on the lips. Next we have Blush, which looks a little bit pinker, a little bit deeper than Muse. So there is Blush. And this is the gloss like corresponding to the lipstick that I tried on for you just now. So this is the lipstick version of Blush. So you can see that you could layer them very, very easily if you wanted to turn these matte lipsticks into something a little bit glossier, a little bit juicier. And then next we have Ribbon, which is just a really, really primary red. It has a bit of a blue base to it. So it's like neutral, cool leaning. So there is Ribbon. And I love glosses in this red because it gives you that kind of like popsicle stained lip look. So there is Ribbon on the lips. Oh, I just love it. It's such an easy way to wear a nice bright red because in this gloss, it's easy to apply. It's not super opaque. It's not super highly pigmented. So it's just really an easy wear, but you get that like bright red effect on your lips. And then last but not least, we have Myth. And this is the one that is the most highly pigmented. So let me do a hand swatch here. Ooh, and this is kind of like a berry, deep berry red shade. Oh, wow. So here is Myth on the lips. Is that not incredible? It is so bright. I mean, you can get kind of a sense of it in the bottle, but when you get it on your lips, you end up with something that's so like a bright but kind of toned down like fuchsia. Just stunning. And this is not like a lip color that I wear normally, but this one is so beautiful to me. Not to linger too long on Lisa Eldridge, I want to move on to all the other lipsticks I wanted to talk about in this video, but I did want to show you the 2 lip liners that she sent me. So one is Myth, and here is what the pencil looks like. She did mention that these are like airtight caps and that they may be difficult to remove. Not too bad. So here is Myth, and this would be the one that I would pair with this gloss. I do like that lip liner gloss on top kind of look. So here is Myth. It's a little bit less bright than the gloss, so I think it would be a great kind of like contouring lip liner for this gloss. And then the other pencil she sent me is Ribbon, and I will swatch that right below the Ribbon gloss. So there's a Ribbon gloss and the Ribbon liner. Really beautiful, beautiful red. Oh, that's just like the most perfect like primary red color. And the pencils went on really, really smoothly. I will definitely have to actually use them and let you know my thoughts. So these lip liners were made in Germany. The glosses and the lipsticks are made in Italy. Well, a huge thank you to Lisa Eldridge for sending over these gorgeous, gorgeous products. I am so happy to see that she's expanding her line. I was really excited for these lip glosses. So a huge thank you. So let's go ahead and move on to House of Siage. They did send some of their new diamond powder lip balms, and those I were able to hand swatch for you in my last haul video. But House of Siage also just came out with a whole new line of nudes. So here is the box I just received from House of Siage. It looks like there are 7 new shades. Wow, look at those. And this new nudes collection is in their diamond powder satin lipstick formula. So not the balm formula, in their satin formula. So it has a little bit more pigment. Oh wow, and they included another lipstick case. They are, oh my God, they really are just too much. Let's see. Oh my gosh, orange. Okay, I definitely don't have this color yet. Oh, that is so beautiful. I do really enjoy orange. It's such a bright, happy color. And then they sent me all 7 of the new colors in refills. So let's go ahead and do some hand and lip swatches of these, if I can get this bubble wrap open. First up we have, this is number S26. The name is Nude Sakura. Swatch there for you. So beautiful, like light peachy shade. And if you're unfamiliar with the House of Siage satin lipsticks, they do have like a diamond powder in there. So there is like a little, just this really kind of like special kind of sheen to them. I wouldn't go so far as to say they're metallic in any way, but there is like this very subtle kind of sheen to them. And they do have a delicious fragrance, kind of like a vanilla fragrance, which always makes me very hungry. And they just have the most like balmy texture, really comfortable on the lips. So this is one of those light nude shades that I'm never quite sure what I think of them. I think I am starting to get a little bit more used to them, but they are very, very light for me. This is not a color that I would wear very often. But if you really like that pale lip look, or if you're fairer than I am, this is beautiful. Next up is S27 called Golden Hour. And this one looks to have a bit of an orange yellow undertone there. Oh, it's pretty. It's like a caramel. I feel like this is one of those paler shades that I feel a little bit more comfortable wearing. There's something about this one. Well, this one it's lighter, but there's something about that like peachiness, that kind of like fleshy tone to it that I'm always not quite so sure about. I feel like I have to be really careful with all of the other makeup that I have on, but this color, it's a little bit warmer and I feel like it just looks, I don't know, like a little bit more natural on my lips. Here is S28, Tender Tone. So here's Tender Tone. It looks a little bit more neutral than Golden Hour, which looks a little bit warmer. Ooh, another pretty shade. I think you can probably see it's like a little bit pinker on my lips versus the Golden Hour one. Ooh, pretty. I think if I were to try and do like a pale lip, this is the color I would choose. Next is S29, and this is called Peachfully Speaking. Oh, pretty. I feel like this looks a lot pinker on my lips than peach, although it is fairly neutral. I also think my lips are pretty red from me like removing lipstick and swatching or whatever, so I think there's like a pretty red undertone, a red base to all of these lipsticks now, and I think maybe that's what's making it look a little bit more pink because, oh, let me swatch it, sorry. So here is Peachfully Speaking, but to my eye I feel like I would describe it more as a pink versus a peach. It's very pretty. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Charlotte Tilbury's Bitch Please. I think that one is a hint more cooler toned, but it has that same very like pretty kind of springtime pink lip vibe that this one is giving me. Next one is S30, and this is called Nude Siren. Here's Nude Siren, and it's a bit more cooler toned than the last one. It is also deeper and a little bit brighter. Oh wow, what a pretty, pretty pink. Yeah, it's brighter than the last one. I could see this looking really, really gorgeous and more of a nude on someone with like a deeper, like a little bit more like olive tone to their skin. I think this would look incredible. Next is S31, and this is called the Bombshell. And here is the Bombshell. So again, we're just getting a little bit deeper, and this one is a little bit more cool toned, I think, at least in this swatch. It has a little bit more of a mauve undertone. So there is the Bombshell. Again, another really pretty, pretty color. And last but not least, this is S32 Exotic Rosewood. And there it is. This is definitely the deepest. There is Exotic Rosewood. Wow, that's so pretty. It's a reddish brown, but I feel like there's a little bit of blue in there, kind of keeping it a little bit cool toned so that it's not too orangey on the lips. I feel like browns sometimes can turn very orange on the lips, but this one has like a really strong kind of like reddish pink going on. Oh, that's really pretty. I'm glad I ended on this one. Okay, so those are the 7 new nude colors from House of Siage. And then House of Siage did come out with some like tinted balms, and they are in the whole like refill situation. So they go into those bow lipstick cases. And the one that I have been using the most, well, none of them I've been able to use too much because I've been just kind of playing around with a lot of new lip products, but this is the one that I did reach for when I wanted to grab a balm, a tinted balm, and this is Lucent Balm. But I will go ahead and put in some footage here of me swatching the other 2 shades because I do also like Rose Balm, which is the one that's a little bit more mauvey toned. That's this one. Let me just swatch Lucent Balm here for you. It is just a very, very lightly tinted balm, really easy to wear. It's been great to wear underneath a mask. It's not like when I take my mask off, like my lips look messy or anything. And the stain that it does leave on my mask is very, very faint. Like it's not like a messy situation. So this has been great. And the formula, again, just like their satin lipsticks, really, really beautiful. So I did just want to mention that since I did haul these in my last haul video. So we are going to go back in time, but like I said, I just wanted to round up a lot of these newer lipsticks that I've been talking about, and I probably forgot to mention in favorites, and I haven't been able to follow up with you guys. So let's go ahead and talk about some ones that I've mentioned like quite some time ago. And I did get 2 colors from Chanel for their holiday 2020 collection. So the one that I am just really, really enjoying, and I'm thinking about getting a backup if it's still available because I do believe this is a limited edition shade. I know it's definitely limited edition packaging. So they came out with their Rouge Cocoa lipsticks with the gold framing. Usually it's just, you know, the black, and then it has the gold here, the top and the bottom. So the color that I'm just really gaga over is this Or Beige. So it's a beautiful nude beigey color, but it has like gold flecks in there. It has this gold metallic sheen. It's so beautiful, and of course perfect for the holidays. So that one I've been loving. The other shade I really have not gotten a chance to wear too much, but I'm just kind of waiting. I'm waiting for the perfect holiday moment. So this is the Pkwy, I'm slaughtering it. It's number 137. I think it's Pkwy d'Or, and that is this, it's this deep kind of like berry tone color. And this also has like metallic bits in there. They're not necessarily gold in tone, but just like a little bit of shimmer. I think you could probably see it in the bullet a little bit better. Do you see that metallic sheen? So it's almost like tonal metallic flecks in there. But again, just really beautiful, perfect for the holidays. And this kind of shade is just something I love wearing in the winter, the late winter, the early spring. I'm just kind of like biding my time. I just know I'll be wearing it a lot more then. So those are the 2 Chanel holiday lipsticks that I talked about and just wanted to follow up with you. I'm continuing to love this. And the formula is the Rouge Cocoa formula. Really nothing new to report. Very comfortable, satin finish, just really gorgeous. And then next, the Victoria Beckham Posh lipsticks. I did get 5 out of the 8 or 9 new colors, and I I love these all. These are all so, so beautiful. I remember after swatching all of these, I was like, wow, I pick good. Sometimes I feel like I pick maybe two colors that are very similar, or I pick one that I'm like, oh, I didn't think it was that. These, I love all of these. So there are a couple standout things that I want to mention when it comes to these Posh lipsticks, and I did mention these in the video where I talked about them, but I really, really love the packaging. I mean, not only is it beautiful to look at, it has a nice weight, but this click, it is so satisfying, and it just gives me a sense of relief knowing that the cap is on tight, and when I throw it into my bag, it's not going to come loose and the lipstick isn't going to mark up the inside of my bag. So that is amazing. But the formula, the actual lipstick, they are like tinted balms, but they are a little bit more pigmented than I thought they would be. Like the House of Siage, definitely I would call like a tinted balm, but these are almost like a sheer lipstick. So I'm sitting here thinking like, let me tell you guys like just like the one shade that I feel like if all of these were to disappear, which is the one that I would go out and repurchase. I think it would be Pose. It's between Pose and Fringe. So here is Fringe, which is like the deep, dark, rich brown. And then here is Pose, which is just a really great everyday, cool toned, like My Lips But Better kind of a shade. Actually, let me take this off and let me do some swatching here. So there is Pose, and you guys know I love a cool toned lipstick, a lipstick that makes me look just slightly ill. I love that kind of look, and this has like just a hint of a cool tone to it. It gives me that kind of slightly, like just a hint of a gray undertone, and I love it. If I had to tell you like my favorite shade out of the 5 that I got, I think this is it. And we're just gonna continue on with nudes. A lot of nude lipstick collections came out. Charlotte Tilbury came out with a super nude color for the holidays, and the lipstick case comes with like a little bejeweled top, which is really pretty. And this super nudes shade is really, really gorgeous. So here is super nude Charlotte Tilbury, and here is Pose. So the super nude for Charlotte Tilbury, it's just a hint warmer. It will not make you look dead at all or ill the way like a cooler tone lipstick will do. So this is definitely much more of like a natural kind of like nude color, and I have to swatch it for you guys just so you guys can see. And of course the formula is completely different. Like this Charlotte Tilbury is much more pigmented than the Victoria Beckham. So I would say that this is more of a neutral versus the Victoria Beckham, which is a little bit on the cool side. So I just feel like this looks a little bit more natural. I really can't think of a better word, but it just looks a little bit more natural than a cooler tone lipstick. So that is the super nude from Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, another gorgeous one. And if you like her kissing formula, which is her satin formula, you'll love this. I mean, it's just great. Again, another really comfortable moisturizing type of lipstick. And more nudes. These are the 2 new Natasha Denona lipsticks. They came out with her holiday collection, and these are just additions to her already existing I Need a Nude lipstick line. So one is called Andrea and one is called Maria. Both of these shades are very similar to one another. Let me just swatch them. So here is Andrea and here is Maria. So they're both like that very light kind of pale nude on my lips. A nude that, again, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with, but I do sometimes feel like, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like it looks weird. So Andrea's just a teensy bit deeper than Maria. Maria is a little bit brighter and lighter. So if I had to pick one, I would pick Andrea. But in general, I just feel, I don't know, more comfortable with like a little bit of a deeper nude color than these two. But the formula is great. The pigmentation is amazing. And again, if you like these kind of pale nudes, these won't disappoint. They are really pretty on the lips. Some lipsticks that I decided to pick up that are not new at all, but these are the Serge Lutens lipsticks. And I thought, I'm definitely losing my mind. You should also see my vanity, and my whole room here is a complete and total mess. But I thought I got 3 shades, but I can only find 2. So this one is number 25, and this looks very, very pale, but I will swatch it for you. And this one is number 12, which I have been wearing quite a bit. I don't know if you can tell actually, but I've been wearing this one quite a bit. This is that kind of cool toned, dead looking lipstick that I really like. Let me actually clean off my hand and we'll start swatching afresh. All right, so first let's swatch number 25, which is the one that looks really, really pale. And this just has a hint of this shade, but it's just really, really balmy and slightly frosty. It's really, really unique. It's really gorgeous. It's like the kind of lipstick that I really love, which is just, you know, slight pigmentation, really balmy, really, really comfortable. So I have been enjoying this on its own or with like a very natural kind of like lip liner. I played around with that one day. It's a bit of a stark difference with the lip liners that I have. So I had to color in a bit of my lip with the lip liner and kind of like feather it out a little bit with my finger. And then I put this on top. Oh, and it just looked really pretty. It looked very contoured. So anyway, this has been a big winner. And then this color I've been wearing quite a bit. This is number 12. And this one is just like my color of dreams. It's just really cool tone, has like a very, very prominent gray base to it. And it really just has this kind of unique texture to it. It's very creamy, it's very balmy, and it's pigmented, obviously. You can see the color, but it is very sheer all at the same time. It's almost like a lip gloss in a stick. It's just very cool. So I've been really happy with these Serge Lutens lipsticks, even though they're super tiny. I have really been enjoying them. All right, let's talk about these Byredo lipsticks. So I purchased 3 of these, and these, again, I picked good. I picked really, really good. So what is really amazing, I mean, this definitely wins for best packaging, at least in my book. I just think it's so modern, it's so different. And I think in this day and age where we have so much makeup and so much to choose from, to come up with something just a little bit different without it being too, you know, outrageous or outlandish looking, I think that they did just such a good job. And these are magnetized, and that slight curve to it, I just think it's really captivating for me. So I did get 2 matte shades and 1 satin shade. This matte shade, La Flame, is like what dreams are made of. Look at that color. And this matte formula is so comfortable. I was surprised. I thought for sure it was one of those formulas that, you know, went on really easily, very highly pigmented, felt great at first, and then when it just sort of started to settle in on your lips, that it would start to dry them out a little bit. I find that to be the case for a lot of matte lipsticks. They start out really strong and then they just get drier and drier and drier. I did not have that issue with these Byredo lipsticks. I thought that they stayed very comfortable for the entire day, and I did have to reapply over the day, and sometimes that I feel like dries my lips out too, but these stayed really comfortable, and they are definitely a matte. You know, they're not like a demi matte or anything, definitely like a matte lipstick. So very happy with the formula. Love that color, La Flame. Other matte color that I got is Worship Her. And this one I have not gotten a chance to wear, not as much as La Flame, but this one, it's very, very dramatic, and I do love it. I love the color. I love that there's like, it's like a reddish brown. It's not, again, it doesn't have a lot of orange in there, but it is very, very dramatic. I just haven't had the occasion to wear it. But this is a matte formula, and if it wears like the La Flame, then I know I will be ecstatic with it. And then the last one that I got is of a satin finish, and this is called Earth Dust. And this is such a beautiful nude shade. Look at that color. It's like perfectly neutral. In fact, I'm gonna take this off and swatch this one for you guys. And I have to say, it is quite a testament to all the lipsticks I'm talking about. You know, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again for all of these formulas. They're very comfortable, they're moisturizing, they feel great on the lips, but it's so true. And after swatching, I mean, how many lip products have I swatched today? A lot, countless amounts. My lips don't feel like raw like they do sometimes. So anyway, just wanted to mention that, but let's go ahead and, yep, here it is, Earth Dust. Look at that nude. Look at that nude. That's like a perfect nude. It's like perfectly neutral. At least on my lips with my skin tone, it just comes across as like perfectly neutral. I love it. It's not too deep. It's not too light. The formula, this is the satin formula versus their matte formula, is even more comfortable, and it's not balmy. It feels a little bit thinner than that. Balms I feel like can end up feeling really thick on the lips. This definitely has like a thinner kind of feeling to it. Really comfortable. So I'm really happy with these Byredo lipsticks. They have really impressed me.